Wait a minute. Jared, get behind me. Kodiak Kooz here. Get ready for another fantastic adventure. We're out here deep in the woods on the frontier having a nice bonfire. We're gonna cook us up some great grub. We're gonna have one heck of a meal, gang. And of course, as you guys know, we're always doing some crazy adventuring type stuff. So stick with it. Watch us do what we do best and enjoy.
Throwing flashbang.
So in like Lost, they're always adventuring to odd places on the island. And as the seasons progress, they get there quicker and quicker because, hey, that's TV for you. But this woods, it's kind of like that. My dad will be like, meet me at the apple orchards. And I'm like, Tim, not a problem. Be there in 10, brother. True story. We got to get to the old apple orchards. Jokes on the deer. There hasn't been apples there in years, but they still like to hang out there for some reason. Why? Don't ask me. How would I know? I've only been hunting here my whole life.
Now time for History by Kodiak Kooz.
We got the Military 1 M1 Garand, actually pronounced Garin, but Yablika, we're just gonna roll with it. Most Americans call this the M1 Garand. Shoots 30-06. Projectile, semi-automatic. This is the rifle that won the Second World War.
Nice.
Also, who was it? Eisenhower? Eisenhower said it was the greatest battle implement ever devised, right? For the 1940s, this was a technological advancement that many other countries didn't have. Thanks for tuning in for a quick history lessons. Let's keep rolling here, eh? As they say in Canada. So as far as when you're hunting, there's two kinds of days, I guess you could say. You could say a day where it's really crunchy, where everything's super dry, which is good for sitting. You can sit there, close your eyes, and literally hear a pin drop in the woods, right? Days like today is what you would do, what you would call still hunting. Now, obviously, Kodiak Kooz ain't hunting right now. It ain't the old hunting season. Ow, stick just attacked me. Yikes. But anywho, days like today, you could sneak around the woods real quiet, like, you see? You see? So, anyways, food for thought. Think about that. Bye. I don't know why this uniform always reminds me of the old Civil War because the Yeller gloves, like old Yeller. See what I did there? Pretty funny, huh? And of course the blue jacket, right? Who the Union Army wore. Fun fact, food for thought. Let's keep rolling, gang. Saddle up and ride a cowboy. What's that?
You look like a character out of Daisy or something.
That's like the
random stuff. Around yellow gloves.
Camouflage camo backpack. Just an odd sort of assorted goods. Maybe one day there'll be a Kodiak Kooz skin. Wouldn't that be something? That's right. I could play as myself. Boy, that would be like some Twilight Zone stuff. All right, we're at the apple orchards. Like I said, there ain't no apples no more since the apple drought of '85. Of course, that was after the acorn purge of '33. But the deer still bed down in this stuff. So that's good. Aha. You know, I've heard a lot of weird noises out here growing up, but that was pretty spooky. So either there's about to be a full-on alien attack / invasion, or the president just got off the toilet. Either way, it's probably not good.
So I just quickly turned the camera back on when we started hearing that noise. I don't know if that got picked up by Cody's mic or not, but pretty weird. All right, back to Kodiak Kooz.
Alrighty, gang, looks like we made it. All right, not too bad. So last time I was here, which was, I guess, realistically a week ago or 2 weeks ago, probably both. How would I know? I wasn't around. I was, just kidding. How else would the wood pile get here? That's what I'm getting to now. I stacked all this wood up, had an accident with my, my camp stove. Not gonna get into it. So, a lot of casualties. Not really, I just kind of had some carbon monoxide poisoning, so that's good. It's healthy for you, builds character, right? Anywho, moving on. So yeah, let's get our fire going here, cook up some grub, and dig in and look out for Velociraptors, huh? All right, first thing you're gonna wanna do when you're making yourself a nice fire to keep yourself warm at night, and or possibly to cook up some Kodiak Kooz grub like we are right now, you're gonna need fire starter. Now, where do you find fire starter when everything is soaking wet? You could Wikipedia it, or you could ask Kodiak Kooz. So you wanna find a tree like this, right? Nice, good, solid tree, right? Good wood. So typically a tree like this is gonna produce what you call bags of fire starter. There you go, ladies and gents, let's get rolling. So it's kind of hard because this wood's really wet. So we just got stuff like this, right? You want a lot of surface area or else it ain't gonna catch. Surface area means stuff that's really broken up good. That's why you start with small stuff, because it burns way better even if it's wet. So you just want to kind of pile her on there, right? Just like you're shoveling snow, except in this case, we're not shoveling snow. We're building a fire, goofball. But anywho, we'll continue to pile this stuff on there, right? And pretty soon we're going to be cooking here. Little cooking with Kodiak Kooz. Maybe give her some oxygen here. Yeah, just like that. Remember, sometimes if your flame isn't good enough, make yourself a little chimney so Santa Claus can come down, or so you can have a fire and not die at night. Let's think about that, huh? But yeah, give her some oxygen. Again, this is kind of tricky because all this wood's wet. Because 24 hours ago, this whole area was underneath the Pacific Ocean.
I am under the water.
Just kidding, it wasn't. It's actually just always been a woods, probably, maybe, sort of, I don't know. All right, first thing we're gonna need for our meal here, some venison, which is Spanish for deer. It's really not, but we need that. Fun fact, that was actually harvested not too far away from here. This is where I hunt the wild game deer and stegosauruses. If I'm put in that position politically, I don't really like to get into that. Anywho, bacon, excuse me. This thing, I don't know. So first thing, you know, what we forgot, we have it, but the toothpicks. I'm gonna get the toothpicks. We gotta keep that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop these suckers up into chunks like such. Honestly, it's best to use backstrap, which for you city folks that don't know what that means, it's like filet mignon, yum, something like that. I don't know how they pronounce it. But yeah, so we're gonna chop these chunks of meat up like such. Meow. Just like so. Next thing we're gonna need here for our gourmet meal on the frontier is some classic American bacon, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and dispatch this bacon just like that, nice and humane. Oopsies. Like such, okay? Now you're gonna wanna take pieces of bacon. Got the toothpicks, crisis averted. $1.99 at Tops Friendly Market. What a deal. Anyway, so we're gonna take the old bakeroonie here, like such. Look at that, bacon. And we're gonna kind of wrap it up as best as possible, kind of like if you're getting ready for the holiday season, such as Christmas and or Easter, or Arbor Day if you're into that kind of stuff. So that's what our product's gonna look like. We're gonna throw this sucker right on the fire and get to chowing. All right, so now since we're here on the frontier, Cody's getting a little hungry. Jared, you hungry?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's get to cooking here. Cooking with Kodiak Kooz here in the frontier. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our meat. We need a nice long pokey stick, like such. And we're gonna go ahead and kebab this sucker up, right? So you just wanna put her in through like nya, like such. It's tedious, it's very tedious. It's like law school. Just kidding, never went to law school. Fun fact, did you know I failed the LSAT? Yeah, let's not talk about that. So, I guess that's all we can put on there for now. So we're gonna do the best we can here. Might need a longer stick, but hopefully, hopefully those cook up real nice, and we're grubbing down on some killer chow here. Yeah, so I don't know, but we'll see how this works. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make, what's this stuff called, Jared? Quinoa?
Quinoa.
Quinoa. I guess it's like a fancy rice or roni, right? Rice, something like that. I don't know, whatever it is, it's organic. So that's Kodiak Kooz approved. Let's get to it. First thing we're gonna do, besides getting smoked out by our own fire, our own creation. Can you believe it would do that to us? Anyways, we're gonna boil some of this water here in this pan. I guess really it's a pot, but I don't know. And then we're gonna cook up whatever it is that it's called. I keep forgetting, I don't know. I just do this for a living. I really don't, but yeah, so let's cook this up. We'll get this water boiling and we'll get to it, gang. Let's go on 3, 1, 2, yablaka. All right, so we kind of, honestly, we don't want our fire to be too hot. However, I'm trying to keep it hot because this wood is incredibly wet because we did scavenge it from the ocean. I can't talk today. Because we scavenged it from the ocean, not really. We got it right here from the forest, the frontier, whatever you want to call it. What's the politically correct term for forest, by the way?
Trees.
Trees, we'll go with that. So anyways, we don't want the fire to completely die out because we're probably gonna hang out here for a minute after we're done cooking and filming this second episode. I may say, aren't we doing a bang up job? So yeah, hopefully this food cooks. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I'm not a scientist. And then we'll catch you guys in a little bit and we'll get to chowing here, show you our finished product. There's that noise again. Sounds close. All right, besides the smoke, she's starting to come out pretty... Wait a minute. Jared, get behind me. Velociraptors. If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd be a poor man. Guys, in case you're wondering, realistically, we're probably not going to run into a Velociraptor. I'm really sorry about that. However, if we time travel back 65 million years ago, possibly that could happen. If you hit the subscribe, like, comment, whatever, we could probably do that. We just need to hire a really old guy with big, long white hair and drives a DeLorean and we'd be fine. All right, thanks. Now, is this mountain man food or what? We're just going to get one last nice sear on him, right? Ooh, Jesus. Sorry guys, smoke out my eye. But hey, what can I say? That's reality TV for you, gang. So we'll get a nice sear. I don't know if that really made a difference, but I don't know. I was just rolling with it. Seemed cool. So let's cut these suckers open and see how done they really are. Gonna need yourself a good buck knife, which is really weird because I've used this to not only process the deer, but now we're gonna use it to cook and eat the deer. I guess we just used it to cook, but you get the point. So, good thing about this, it's like having a plate or platé if you're in France.
Plaque.
I think, maybe. So, I feel like I'm doing surgery. Oh yeah, that's done. Yeah, buddy. Let's try the first piece. You can take this toothpick out now. It's done its purpose. Here we go. Cheers. That's actually really good. Mm. All right, let's see how she came out. Ooh, steamy. I don't know if these are done. Jared, what's this stuff called again? I know I keep asking you that.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. Got her on my burrito of a plate here. This one's for the boys who landed on the moon. It's definitely not done. Next time, we'll bring more water. See, we forgot the water at the truck. Jared had like 2 water bottles. And
We also dumped the whole bag in there.
Yeah, note to self, next time we're not going to do that. See, we're learning stuff, guys. Stick with us. Yeah, you should try some of this. Alrighty. We're on our way out, gang. One tip that I learned from all these years of doing hardcore Kodiak Kooz adventuring type stuff is pay attention to the treetops. Now, obviously, as you can see here, we're just in a bunch of what they call hardwoods, right? Maples, oaks, all that good fun jargon. But typically you look for pine trees, like Christmas trees. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You look for the tops of those and it can help you map out the woods pretty good. So let's keep rolling. Alrighty, gang, check it out. You may be wondering, Kodiak Kooz, why is there a bunch of random pieces of metal hanging out in the woods here? Well, luckily for you, your good pal Kodiak Kooz is gonna educationally, does that make sense? Inform you. If not, we're just sue me. Again, once again, as always, do not sue me. Please don't sue me. But anyways, a long time ago, this actually used to be a big farm. Not big pharma, a farm. As in they grow stuff. Or animals. You get it. But anywho, that's why we run into random pieces of junk out in the woods. Yup. All right, gang. Looks like we're back at the truck. Let's break down our equipment, get everything loaded up. Once again, thank you so much for your guys' support. We really appreciate you. Jared's doing a bang up job with the camera stuff, so thank you so much, Jared. Everybody thank Jared. So thanks for tuning in for another crazy Kodiak Kooz adventure. I hope you guys liked what we did. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see us do, right? Do you want us to go water skiing on dolphins or building a gymnasium on the moon? I don't really care. Something outdoorsy related, something that's cool. Thanks so much. Hit that like, subscribe, and make sure you comment down below. Thank you so much. Until next time, Kodiak Kooz, good and you.
So I just turned the camera roll back on quick for that. Or that's not English.